Hello, welcome back, children. We are still under the topic food commodities and still on meat. We are going to look at the names given to flesh of animals. When the animal is killed, what name do we give to the animal? If a cow is killed, we don't call it a cow. Now, follow me and let's move on and go through this table. The following are the names given to the flesh of animals. The first one, we have cow. When cow are killed, the name given to the meat is beef. I said it before. And then we have young cow. The name is veal. We have sheep. The flesh of sheep is what? Mutton. Lamb is lamb. Pig. The flesh of pig is pork. And then deer or game is venison. Venison. Okay. Let's move on. We are going to look at how to store meat. How to store meat. When meat is bought and you are not using it that same day, you need to store it to be used on the next day. Let's go through these points and see. The first one is wrap meat in a polythene bag and store it in a refrigerator for a few days. Storage is different from preservation. Please, let's get it in mind. Second point, season with a mixture of spices. Grill partly and leave covered in a pot ready to be used the following day. The third point to store meat is cover meat in a net food cover and placed in a meat safe where air can circulate around freely. And then do not keep it for a long time. The last one is it can be stewed and left partly covered in a bowl. Looking at all these points, you can see they are to be used the next day, they are to be used the next day. So storage is different from preservation. We don't store for a long time. Okay, let's move on. Please note, wash meat thoroughly before and after cutting it. Never put frozen meat into water to thaw. Leave it in a bowl and leave it in a warm place until defrosted. The word thaw means defrosting of ice from frozen item or meat. So as soon as you remove frozen food from the freezer, you need to leave it for a long time for it to thaw before you can use it. Suitable methods of cooking meat. All these are methods of cooking foods, and all of them can also be used to cook meat. We have roasting or baking, stewing, boiling, steaming, frying, grilling, braising, and smoking. So these are the various methods of cooking meats. Now let's look at the preservation. As I said it before, preservation is different from storage. When you preserve something, you are keeping it for a longer period of time to be used. So meat can be preserved by deep freezing, example, mutton, by canning, Example, corned beef. By salting beef, pig trotters or feet. In the local name, we call it precontre. And then by smoking, example, game. By pickling, example, pig feet. So all these can be used to preserve meat. Children, let's summarize what we have learned so far. In this lesson, you have learned that meat is the general name given to the flesh of animals. The two main types of meat are red and white meat. You also learned that offal is the edible part of the internal organs of animals. Some physical characteristics of meat are: the color should be bright, not dull. It should be moist, not wet. The color of fat of meat is pale yellow. It should not have an unpleasant smell. Meat should be bounced back when pressed. So when you go to the market to buy meat, these are some of the qualities which are also important to look at before buying the meat from the market. Don't buy because they are plenty, but just look at the qualities that are listed here. The final one is some suitable methods of cooking meat that we learned. We have roasting, baking, boiling, grilling. Well, children, this is where we end our lesson on meat. Food commodities is a very broad topic. We'll continue with another commodity. Thank you. Stay safe. Bye-bye.